Happening, everyone, and welcome on back to the channel. Thank you as always for being here, for clicking on the video. You didn't have to. There's like 1,000 other places you could have clicked, but click here you did. So thank you for being here. And so today we're going to listen to this song Summer Wine. This is going to be performed by Nancy Sinatra and Lee Hazlewood off of their album Nancy and Lee, which was released 1966, I think. No, it's off of the album Nancy in London, released 1966, I think. Anyways, we're going to listen to the track. I've never heard of Mr. Hazlewood, so what I was doing is I was actually listening to Scott Walker, and I said, "Ooh, what other artists are like Scott Walker?" And Lee Hazlewood's name came up, and I've never heard of him, so I just chose one of his top tracks, which is apparently also sung with Nancy Sinatra, who I'm not familiar with, but I would assume is probably Frank Sinatra's daughter. I don't know, I'm just assuming. But we're going to listen to the track regardless. Hope you're having a lovely day out there. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. We'll talk about it after. Here we go.
Strawberries, cherries, and an angel's kiss in spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things.
I walked in town on silver spurs that jingle too. A song that I had only sang to just a few. She saw my silver spurs and said, "Let's pass some time, and I will give to you summer wine." Oh, summer wine.
All right.
Strawberries, cherries, and an angel's kiss in spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things. Take off your silver spurs and help me pass the time, and I will give to you summer wine. Oh, summer wine.
This could be used in a Tarantino film.
My eyes grew heavy and my lips, they could not speak. I tried to get up, but I couldn't find my feet. She reassured me with an unfamiliar line, and then she gave to me more summer wine.
Or wine.
Oh, summer
Okay, so I definitely understand why this was suggested alongside of Scott Walker, because this track sounds like it could have come off of Scott 4 very easily, super easily. Lee, he has that low storyteller like voice that's comforting, filled with warmth, a lot of depth, but just his voice has a presence. Like, he's singing obviously very well here, but even if he's not singing, I can imagine just his voice carries a certain weight, carries a certain presence with whatever group he's speaking to. He just has that kind of voice. Now, I'm actually very curious, because this was recommended along Scott Walker. Does Lee have one of those careers that's like Scott's? In the sense that maybe it starts off a little bit more standard like this, but then it kind of begins to not go off the deep end, but perhaps become a little bit more experimental, a little bit more abstract? Or is this kind of the area that he usually kind of sticks in? And then Nancy Sinatra, lovely voice, great orchestration. This is that type of sound and genre that I really enjoy, where you have one, two, however many singers that are kind of sticking in their particular lane. There's not a lot of harmonies. There's not a lot of like big choruses or anything like that. Just kind of driving on the highway. But then you're surrounded by this wonderful orchestration that surrounds you. You find that a lot. I find in like a lot of 60s music especially, where the orchestra is just going off. The symphony is just symphony. Like, they are just doing very amazing things in there. And like the movement of everything here, I think their voices worked very well together, like strawberries and cherries. Just a really, really wonderful song to listen to. Let's look at the lyrics here, though. Strawberries, cherries, and an angel's kiss in spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things. Sounds like a good mead. I walked in town on silver spurs that jingled too, a song that I had only sang to just a few. She saw my silver spurs and said, let's pass some time, and I will give you some summer wine. Is this a literal summer wine, or is this summer wine? Strawberries, cherries, and the angel's kiss in spring. My summer wine is really made from all these things. Take off your silver spurs and help me pass the time, and I will give you some summer wine. My eyes grew heavy, my lips, they could not speak. I tried to get up, and I couldn't find my feet. She reassured me with a unfamiliar line, then she gave me more summer wine. This is like when Odysseus ran into the witch Circe. Didn't she give him like a bunch of wine, and then like all his men turned into animals, and she said, lay with me, Odysseus, and I'll change your men. And then he was like, all right, cool. But then he was like, how many years have passed? And she's like, on my island. Never mind. All right, I'm just gonna let me not go over the whole movie / of course book story. When I woke up, the sun was shining in my eyes. My silver spurs were gone. My head felt twice its size. She took my silver spurs, $1 and a dime, left me craving for more summer wine. Summer wine. What could it represent? What could it be? I don't know, but what you can tell me is what you thought of this song. You can let me know in the comments down below. Follow me in a bunch of the places that are here on the screen. I appreciate you stopping by. I also forgot to look that there is a Wikipedia article about this one, so let's dive back into that. It says that Hazlewood originally performed, I'm all over the place, originally performed this with Susie Jane Holcomb, but it was his 1967 version with Nancy that proved more successful. He performed the song in Sweden, blah, 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 blah. Let's see, it became a hit, number 49 on the Billboard Hot 100, 14 in Australia, included in their debut album of duets, Nancy and Lee, and the first of Sinatra and Hazlewood's string of hit duets. So obviously they've had a career together and singing with each other quite a bit. And then there's a ton of cover versions here as well for your interest. But now we can do it. Thank you guys so much for being here. Come back tomorrow. You never know what we're doing. Press the like button. Share the video if you're interested in all of that fun stuff. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you all later, guys. Bye.